last week, right? Charlamagne. Oh, we spoke about Kwame Brown going in on everybody. Charlamagne, he misspoke, or I don't know if he misspoke, but he put his foot in his mouth, and he spoke on Kwame Brown's family, their history, because I guess they're from the same town. And when he did that, I said, I don't think he should have did that, right?
Yeah.
But he did it.
But you know how he tried to get out ahead of a story in terms of he was trying to ride the Kwame Brown wave.
Yeah.
And because he was from his town.
I didn't also, I think All the Smoke podcast, I think that's on his network.
It might be, I'm not sure.
Podcast network. It might be. Not sure. Don't quote me. But Kwame Brown is going in, and he inadvertently, I don't know if he just kind of brings back up the rape accusations that Charlamagne was going through
in great detail
2 years from 2 years ago. And as that's happening, more and more people are starting to go, wait, that was a thing. Like, what the hell happened to that? Mm-hmm. So Flex the other day, that was Saturday, he gets on the radio and he starts going off on Charlamagne. And it was interesting because I listened to it. It was like 20 minutes. And Leslie, she put it on Twitter, he's super long-winded. She couldn't listen to the whole thing. Mm-hmm. I just had it playing in the background. But in short, what he did was, first, he gave Star all the credit for breaking the story. I guess that's true, right? But
no.
Was it Choke?
No Joke broke this story.
Was it he who broke it and then Choke?
No, I think Choke gave the lob to Star.
Cool. That's what happened.
I believe that's what happened. Shout out Choke No Joke.
Yes.
Who's got a new album out. I think it's out this week. I'm not sure. But shout out Choke No Joke. I'm going to purchase the album and I'm going to vibe to it.
So, Flex, he didn't mention Choke's name, and I'm like, okay, they must have some beef because Choke was like on the forefront of this whole story, right? So did not mention his name, some agenda there, but
well, they have beef.
Yeah, right.
They're from the same neighborhood,
right?
And 9 years ago, I remember Choke just breaking down, some of the shenanigans of Flex.
So they keep saying Star gave Choke the story. That's what they're saying.
Star gave Choke the story.
Okay,
I stand corrected.
Okay.
But Choke is the one who breathed life into the story.
He did a
documentary, was bringing the girl in, getting her full story and things of that nature. And the footage that Flex played was actually from Choke.
That was from Star.
No, I mean, was it?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it was from Star.
I think he played a clip from the actual documentary too.
Oh, because with her mom.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
so.
Cool. So
yeah, we fake news.
Yeah, exactly. We just putting it all together,
yeah,
right?
You know what I mean.
So what he did was, and this is kind of Jedi mind trick because that's what I told you. I listened to the Brilliant Idiots, and the way that Flex was making it seem like he always talks about this story, he always kind of promotes. He doesn't, right? He did speak about, and I think a lot of people are mixing up the two stories as well.
Okay.
So he had one story where he talked about giving the girl Spanish fly, having sex with her, and then the girl saying like, "Yo, was it just me and you, or was it somebody else?" He's like, "Oh, it was just me." I don't think that was Jessica Reed.
Okay.
Because he spoke about Jessica Reed because he said I did not have sex with Jessica Reed. He said my cousin did, and then she named me, and I got arrested.
That was him trying to get out in front of the
story.
Yes,
he said that in his book like years ago. Mm-hmm. And he said that on the pod like years ago. Remember, I said that could have been his way of reshaping history.
Inception, yeah.
Like right before, like way before it happens. So when it does come out, he could say like, no, I spoke about that and this is what happened.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there. So, but what Flex was doing, he was really cleverly making it seem like Charlamagne is always talking like this. I didn't think that like what he's accused of is wrong by itself. I don't think it needs to be embellished.
Right, but that shit he said about R. Kelly was crazy.
That was nasty too.
That was disgusting.
Yeah, that was gross.
That was the best sex tape he ever saw.
Yeah, that was gross.
And had a 14-year-old going.
I mean, I'm not defending Charlamagne at all.
Gotcha.
But what was interesting to me, it seems like the whole because it kind of goes back to Joe Budden in a sense. Like everybody is kind of picking sides between those two. Like the industry, because they both have industry relationships that go way up. So everybody's kind of going to their sides on where they want to sit with this. Because Charlamagne has a lot of, because he has a lot of like corporate, a lot of corporate entities and corporate friends. So it's interesting to see what'll happen. by this. But at this point, it's like Charlamagne is like a real made man in this, because like nothing seems to really stick anymore.
Absolutely, and he's on the Breakfast Club, which is major run syndicate all around the country, and they look out for him and they protect him, and all of that stuff is a part of the story. But Flex saw an opportunity.
Yeah, he bombed.
And he bombed.
He bombed.
He let it loose.
Yeah.
And it's regurgitating or people to relook at this story. Now, was another interesting part of this Jessica Reed story you were telling me on how it got shut down.
Oh yeah, Choke said. He blamed why the story lost legs on a few different reasons, and he said one of the reasons is when the story with Kelvin Hunter, Wendy Williams' husband came out. Remember all that stuff was happening. He was cheating. And remember the guy that went on Tasha K's show and said that he was actually sleeping with Kevin Hunter?
Yes.
He said that he saw, he was around when Kevin Hunter came up with this elaborate plan to get Jessica Reed to come out and say these things about Charlamagne to ruin Charlamagne. Choke said that Tasha K she had evidence that wasn't the case, and she was going to bring Jessica Reed up to her platform. She didn't. And he said when she didn't, and that kind of gave credence to what
that it was a fabricated story.
That it was an elaborate plot to take him down.
And then Charlamagne had his people.
Yes.
Angela Rye.
All her people were putting out fire. All his people were putting out fires everywhere. Because like I said, he has friends all over the media.
Absolutely.
All over. So it was.
But it goes back to the hypocrisy.
It was interesting.
All right, because
it was interesting.
And I tell you, everybody who walks on this man's show, geeking and laughing in his face with all the nasty things he says, under the guise of comic. I don't know if he's trying to be a shock jock, because even I give him 30% shock jock. The rest of that is just disgusting. And I'm somebody who likes a good joke. So when we start speaking about integrity and we start speaking about what we will and will not do, what line will we not cross? To be on this man's show, knowing all of these accusations about, see, we pick and choose who we want to bring, to the fire. Now, if Charlamagne was just on a bullshit ass show, nobody would be going on his show.
Right.
But because he's on the Breakfast Club and people want to promote their own agenda, they push aside the fact, all the horrific things this man has done and he said. And I find that to be disgusting. It's called integrity. Yeah, I'm talking to you, all of you who went up on his show and decided that integrity wasn't important. Integrity is important. So I've never wanted to be on this man's show because I don't like him. At 7 a.m, when I used to be driving my daughter to school or something, the shit he would be saying that early in the morning was disgusting. And I know it's a part of an agenda. So I'm all with that. But once they use you as a tool to promote their agenda, you got to deal with the consequences of, of those actions. So I'm pretty sure he's done some great things too, and starting companies here and trying to help people there. But he's got to deal with this Jessica Reed stuff.
Yeah, it's coming back up, and it seems like it's one of those things that will not die, and like he hoped.
Yes.
And I'm curious because I don't think he's going to respond. He gave himself the donkey of the day today on the radio for what he said to Kwame Brown.
He apologized. It was a half-assed apology.
I thought it was a good apology.
You know what I'm saying? To me, it was a little half-assed.
I thought it was.
Because he didn't have no choice. He had to do that.
Yeah.
So for me, an apology is something that's sincere. You know how many people probably got in his ear?
Yeah.
And say, oh, bro, you got to get on your platform. And you got to apologize not only to Kwame Brown, but his family that still lives there.
Yeah.
Who got they're the subject or the butt of people jokes, and the little kids of that family who didn't know the historical this and that, and now kids in school are asking them this, and it becomes a mess simply because you wanted to get out ahead of a story or something that had nothing to do with you.
Yeah, and somebody said he read it off the laptop. He reads all the donkey of the days off the laptop, just, But
something like that should have just came from the heart.
I understand.
You know what I mean? So something like that, I don't need a teleprompter. I just gonna go on and say, listen, you know what? When I thought about it, but I'm gonna take his apology at face value because he did give it. So I'm not gonna scrutinize it. I'm gonna take it at face value and hope that he learns from this. Now, everybody who does go up to his show, know that you're going up to his show, know what he represents. And then I'll be looking at you sideways. I don't give a shit who you are. I look at you sideways when you can push aside the things about him that you don't like so you can get on his platform and push your agenda.